NBA free agency having been underway for a few weeks now, let's take a look at the biggest storylines in NBA free agency after all the recent trades and possible blockbusters. First up, what's next for Bradley Beal and Damian Lillard? Beal and Lillard were both selected in the 2012 NBA draft, 3rd overall by the Washington Wizards and 6th overall by the Portland Trail Blazers, respectively. Both have spent their entire career with those teams, and now both of them could be approaching an inflection point where the status might change for entirely different reasons. Beal can be a free agent in less than a year, the time when stars generally throw their weight around if they choose to move on. Lillard, on the other hand, is just starting the first year of the 4-year Supermax extension he signed to go, and yet last month he said that he was going to wait to see if Portland did in free agency before deciding on whether to ask for a trade. In both cases, it's likely there will be a resolution here before the season starts. In Beal's case, he'll have the ability to sign an extension with Washington in October, which will make his intentions fairly obvious. If he signs it, he won't be going in. If he doesn't, it's hard to see how he'll make it to the trade deadline as a Wizard. Lillard, on the other hand, will have to get some sort of referendum on what Portland has done, and whether it's good enough to satisfy him for now in the coming weeks.
Gill, Ish Smith is out there now. Smith with that pace finds Beal for 3, gets fouled. Chance for a 4-point play to get him to 45 on.
Will Ben Simmons and Kevin Love be on the move? While teams across the league are circling the Lillard and Beal situations, two other big names, Ben Simmons and Kevin Love, find themselves in wildly different places. After Simmons struggled mightily in the Philadelphia 76ers Eastern Conference semifinal loss to the Atlanta Hawks, including passing on an open dunk in the closing minutes of the 4th quarter, it felt like his time in the city of brotherly love has drawn to a close. But the trade market for Simmons has been chilly around the league. There currently isn't a big name star, like Lillard or Beal, available who's Philadelphia's president of basketball operations, Daryl Morey, could overpay to acquire with the trade package of Simmons, young players, and picks. Love, on the other hand, was hoping to rehab his image, and the Cleveland Cavaliers hoped rebuild some of his trade value with Team USA this summer. Instead, he didn't make the trip to Tokyo after a rough showing in Las Vegas and was criticized by outgoing Team USA director Jerry Colego for showing up out of shape. At this point, especially after Cleveland took Evan Mobley with the 3rd overall pick in the last month's draft and agreed to a 5-year $100 million deal with Jared Allen, the only way Love's time in Cleveland is going to end anytime soon is him taking a buyout like Kemba Walker did earlier this week, and Blake Griffin did earlier this year, with multiple years left on his contract.
Oh boy. I watch this explodes and
Shot clock, nice steal. Cephalosha read it perfectly. Back comes Simmons. Oh, hammers it down.
Where will the top remaining unrestricted free agent land? It didn't take long for the attractive offerings on the free agent market to quickly dry up. Now, just a few days into free agency, Reggie Jackson and Dennis Schroeder are the only two unrestricted free agents who merit spending more than the veterans minimum on. Jackson's situation seemed to be the simplest of the two to sort out. The belief around the league is he's likely to return to the LA Clippers and play alongside his close friend Paul George. The Clippers have his early bird rights, and it seems like they'll get a deal done. The same can't be said for Schroeder, who's unlikely to return to his former team, the LA Lakers, and unlikely to take a steep discount for the roughly $15 million he made last season. Now, it appears the taxpayers' mid-level exception is the best Schroeder will do somewhere else. Given the lack of cap space around the league, that will undoubtedly be a tough pill for him to swallow. How will the Lakers and Heat fill out their roster? The Lakers and Heat both offer the same allure in joining them: championship-adjacent rosters and premium locations with playing time to offer. Miami has added the benefit of being able to offer no state income tax as well. That said, both also have the same amount to offer to prospective players in terms of salary, the veterans minimum. Unless the Lakers can convince Schroeder to come back, they're going to be choosing from veterans who are along in the tooth, like JJ Redick, or have flaws in their game like Mike Scott. But this is why these are veterans minimum deals to begin with. If the players involved could get more money than that, they would. Still, both teams have successfully utilized them so far and may be able to pull a few more rabbits out of their hat in free agency. That's especially true of the Heat, who have a long track record of finding and developing young talent out of the G League, most notably Duncan Robinson, whom they agreed to keep on a 5-year $90 million deal earlier this week. Well guys, thank you so much for making it into the end of the video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Athletic Avenue, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss out on any amazing video from us. Also, if you really enjoyed the video, please feel free to share this with your friends, because your support is what keeps us going. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you all next time.